Right, here we go. So we're going to try something a little different. Try and work on orientation, focus, just to see how clearly things pan out today. So leave that in shot for a second, but evening all. Hope we're all well. Ooh. So you need to let me know in the chat if things aren't going as smoothly as we would hope. Seems to be okay from what I can see. Again, if not, let me know. Thank you, Lucy. Very much appreciated. All seems to be okay from what I can see. So hopefully it'll retain focus. The only thing I'm slightly concerned about is the exposure. It just seems a little bright, but I'm conscious of dialing back the exposure too much. So at least it's clearer. We'll work with it. Hoping notifications worked. And just out of curiosity, can it do multifocus? Seems like it can. Yeah. Oh, I'll call that a win. One, two. They're in shot. Ooh. Let's have a gander. So, red, skin shade, leather. So, slightly torn for what to do for colour scheme. So, previous colour scheme has got deep sea blue for the trousers, so I'm probably going to go with something slightly different and probably run I wanted to run hardened leather, to be honest, but I think with the brown it may look a bit too samey. I think the brown base with brown trousers may not work, so we'll see. We'll have a play around. If anything, probably the belt buckles and bits and pieces can be the leather. I'll just start off with a grey. At least there's a little bit of consistency across the board. Hoping the notifications worked. I'm conscious I have done it slightly differently today. It's not watered down enough. So yeah, don't really need to be too accurate with this step. Just needs to have good coverage. So I don't even actually know what colour is I've just used. I think it's called, is it German grey? Slate grey? What's this one? German grey. It's fine. It's pretty, it's got pretty good coverage. So I'll leave the knee pads free because I'm going to do those in silver or metal. Pockets, to do the pockets the same colour, yes. Yep, well. Apologies, I also need to pay attention to the angle that I'm doing this at because I'm still getting used to the position for the camera. Evening hand. Did you get the notification for the stream? So yeah, literally just need to get the base coat down for the legs. We'll worry about tidying the rest up momentarily. The one thing with all the chains is just getting to the back. It's a real faff. The base coats go, that's not too bad. One thing I always forget is the trouser straps around the belt. Always forget. But yeah, the focus seems to be a lot better on this now. So yep, there you go. Right, so yeah, doing okay. This feels like one of those steps that should go relatively quickly. I say should. Apologies, I am trying to keep this all in shot. So I'm not too concerned about covering the detail in the back because that's going to be covered over for the most part. Right, it's a quick one, very quickly done. And it's going to be the same thing for this chap. Same order. All 10 from this set are all going to have the same treatment. Generally, if I can avoid mixing the washes and keep the colour consistent, that is preferable. There was a point of realisation on my first batch of 10 when I realised that I made a custom colour and I had to replicate the custom colour every time afterwards, so that was not the best decision in the world, but thankfully, because I've painted a squad of these already, I'm relatively used to where things are or where things go, but I'm conscious it's been a little while since I've done these, so oh no. No, it's okay. Yeah, well, I'm a little torn, to be honest, Nald, whether I want it there or not, considering, you know, it is technically in the chat, but I suppose it helps not having to have the chat up if you can see obviously what's being said, but I hope everything's all right your end. Oh, sorry, the exposure there just went way too bright. No, I was just saying early doors that I've changed the camera settings, so hopefully the exposure and the focus is slightly better quality, but we shall see how this pans out. Faffing around with the top of the belt line, no one's going to bother to look at this except me, so I don't know why I'm worried too much. I know it's done anyway. Quick question, Nod, if you're here, has anyone seen Table? Because I'm conscious I haven't heard or seen anything from him since last week. Just seems unusual. Yeah, no, it's just the phone. Just my phone. You're just assuming he's dead. I did see your comment, and I was just like, oh well, yeah, funny. Just conscious that it is out of character. It's out of character for him to kind of not be anywhere. This initial wash was a little thin, so it's not took as well as I'd hoped. The only annoying thing really with Jakhals is that they have these, well, they are like bandages, wraps on the back of the legs. It's a real faff. Oh, he's got his original channel back. Oh, fair enough. Oh, that's good then. At least he's managed to recover that. That's only took YouTube, what was it, 4 weeks, 5 weeks? Oh, well. At least he's got it back. Better than naught. Oh, even more than. Yeah, Noel's just been saying that no one can, no one's really seen anything. Nothing, which is, yeah, it's a little disconcerting. Just I'm slightly trying to make improvements to the video quality. So just done some work to increase stabilisation, stable focus. The exposure is still a bit of a problem because if my hand isn't in shot, it kind of just focuses on the white, but we'll see. So I didn't really have any plans necessarily for this stream other than to try and get the trouser bits done. Yes, this is Streamlabs. Yeah, I do need something to diffuse the light. I mean, because obviously I can control the light from here somewhat, but I don't think, I mean, if I was to drop my hand away, I don't know how. Yeah, exposure's it's still a little bit on the high side, but I'm conscious if I go too dark, see, because that helps a bit, but equally I'm conscious I'm painting in potentially now suboptimal light. So I think I'm going to need to do something with it. Is it not? That jump is too aggressive. It's not a bulb. I guess what you could use from. Yeah, possibly. I can try and give anything a go. Anything at all. If it'll help, I will give it a shot. So yeah, so I'm not too concerned about putting too much work into these, because they are Jakhals after all. So they don't need a great deal of attention. But obviously just enough to pass them off for what they are. I'm conscious, grey is just a bit of a dull colour, so I would have preferred necessarily not to, but there's not really another colour that I thought I wanted to use. Oh yeah, I mean aesthetically, grey's fine. Oh, you turn that Ravener around quick. But then again, you do paint really quickly. You churn them out somewhat. Right, I'm going to avoid touching that up anymore and let that dry a little bit. Do these. Now that's too watery. Still streaming an hour or two before it's bed, we're still streaming work up. Yeah, Warden, you do put in the time. But again, it's the marquee commitment. Phew, 6 hours, God, that is some effort. Yikes. I mean, good going, Jesus. I'd love to do 6 hours. As in, not, stream 6 hours, but to have something done in 6 hours. No, can't. I mean, I can't knock the brush. Can't knock the process if he's getting results, because he is getting results. So he's churning them out good and proper. And then the NIDs obviously love that kind of work. Obviously, to make them look so much more natural. They do look good. They certainly do look good. So if it's going to work, I probably would do the same. Work smarter, not harder. You have noise marines. Yes, I have one very loud noise marine and one not so loud. Well, that's what I refer to the kids as, Nald. My noise marines. Yeah, swings and roundabouts. Well, wouldn't be without them. Don't be wrong, test your patience. But you'll have them. So I'm hoping that these will come together relatively quickly. This is what I'm pumping time into a unit that's probably going to see 10 minutes if it gets on the table, before it gets blasted off. So it just needs to have enough about it that at a glance you can see it's had some attention. I don't really want to spend much time on these if I can help it. So on the so between the people that are here, I'll have somewhat of a little development to inform you of. I may or may not have a secret third collection that I'm about to inherit, potentially. So I've not started Emperor's Children yet, but there may be another collection on the way. We shall see. Right, it's just want to catch belt line. The blood vials. Have you seen the blood vials? I can't remember if I've shown anyone the other backpacks. You need reference for what the vials. Ah, right. Okay. I'll we'll see how quickly I can churn through the trousers. So it doesn't take, to be fair, it's just trying to keep it neat that's the problem. Because it goes from looking okay, it can look a bit haphazard. Yeah, no, that's fair. To be fair, I don't think I've... You might be onto some of that. I don't think the Jakhals are a unit that I've publicly shown. I know I did a couple of little shorts, but I don't think I've gone over them in any detail. Oh, it's a little close, sorry. Come back, touch this one up. But yeah, so for... Sorry, I'm doing it out of shot again. Gonna have to watch that. Right, I think there's just enough detail that is going to stand out. That would stand out at a glance. I'll leave that one done. Do you show your blood vials on an earlier video? And I can't remember. I honestly cannot remember. The only thing that I think that I've done is I did a quick short that I think had them in, but there was nothing like work in progress related on that I can recall. I could be wrong. But I've got to do them anyway. So it doesn't matter. But yeah, the technique for doing the blood canisters is theoretically exactly the same process as I used for the like chem canister for this guy. So yeah, a lot of transferable elements, and then just finishing the canister off with gloss varnish. Just helps push the glow effect up. Obviously a little bit of the same in the syringe, but yeah, it works. Right, so I want to call these two trousered areas pretty much there or thereabouts. So I'm just going to drop back over. So the next bit is just going to be, where's Sunny Skin Tone? Just going to be this. So this is just going to be the very lightest highlight, very, very sparingly. So I don't want to use this because this will completely change up the way these look. Or it does up close. I'm not sure it's going to have much of an effect on the camera. So I'm just double check this is still in shot. Looks like it's still in shot. So really all I want this for is just to pick up the ridges. No, it's pronounced. I think it was 2 vials. Yeah, it's these blood canisters on the back. It's one of the particular unique features of this unit. Then again, Warden, you'll I was going to say you're probably going to need to, if the missus is doing world eaters, is she going to rope you into getting them sorted for her? So just pick out a bit of scar tissue. You painted them all. What was the part of the, because you said there was a part of the set that she didn't like. I can't recall which part of the set it was that she didn't like. Just for sound effects. No, I thought you said that there was a particular part of World Eaters. She agreed to go. She decided to go into them, but there was an element of World Eaters that she wasn't a particular fan of. I thought I recall. Ah, right, it was the Jakhals she didn't like. Oh, fair enough. I remember you saying that there was a particular. Yeah, they're a bit of a unique take, to be honest. But yeah, it's one of them. I like them, but I'm coming off of the back of doing the other incessantly awkward scheme, so nope. Here we go. Just might come round. Right. The things that I will try and do separately is I'll come back and do the eyes, because they are a little bit on the awkward side. So that's probably as much as I want to push. Oh, I missed that bit. As much as I probably want to push this sunny skin tone on here. But yeah, considering how long the first round took me to do the skin on this model, I don't know if that's too bad. Okay. Perhaps it's my problem. That's 22 units I'll get done a month. 22. Jeez. Wet. I'm actually curious to see the difference. So I'm gonna do it. So just in comparison, so this is last year's first attempt at doing it, which is okay. Not too bad. It is softer on the undershading, whereas this one has come in with slightly more saturated. This guy's been out in the sun a little longer, so there's a bit extra done. So I probably could have gone a little bit lighter. And then so this was an early doors first attempt at the blood vial. So this was just a couple of colours with gloss varnish over the back. Update, you haven't been watching live, are you? You'll have to catch up, Noel. You'll have to catch up. And then I think one of the last attempts I did at the blood canisters was... God, which one was it? It might be this one. Which was the Goremongers. So, it's just a bigger jackal. So, same concept. They've got blood canisters on the backs. So this was done with a couple of red washes down, then a grey, then feathered white, and then the real seller, cheers Warden, the real seller is a blood moon red speed paint. So put white down and then slap the speed paint over the top, and it just gives it that kind of deep tinted red to it. So works well. That's because I'm not. Nah, we don't hate Nold. We don't hate. So we will we will push. What was I doing? Oh, I was doing the skin tone. Don't know, but no, Knowles, you need to, if you do start streaming, we'll have to call that just so we can all make sure we're around. Yeah, go on, Knowles, stream, do it. Do it. Oh, a shot. What if you cut your finger on the stream? Well, we just try not to do any. Okay, we'll leave Warden to say he'll laugh, but we'll just try not to do any cutting on stream. Just try and do painting. Unless that's going to be a slightly niche thing that you're planning on doing and do building on stream. So I don't see many people building on streams. Streamer about bigger plans. Ah, good. Good, that's it. It's having a plan of attack. It's the having an idea, run with it. If you can, give it a go. Right, I'm not going to bring this up too much. What I will say I've realised when I'm painting these, it's a little awkward, is I've done all of these guys completely bald. Like, none of them have got hair. I've not tried to paint any of them with hair. Like, not even, like, grey stuff. What is that? Is that a mould line? Oh, damn, it's a wicked mould line right across the face. I didn't see that. Damn it. That's going to annoy me. Strap a firecracker to it. Oh, well, that fills a niche in the market. To be fair, it's not a terrible one. Face onwards, you're never gonna see it, and you've got to be pretty close on the side to catch it. But yeah, it's just frustrating. Just a bit frustrating. You know, I've had worse. I've certainly had worse mould lines. But yeah, hopefully we'll get table back to a bit of normality. Bit of normality in the week. If we can. The one bugbear is the placement of the arms, because it makes it really awkward to pick up. Right, I think the skin's feathered in well enough, but I'm not too concerned about pushing that any further. And if I try and compare it to, what one did I use before that ran this scheme? Guy with belt across the chest. Oh, the one I used before is completely different colour scheme, so I can't use that one as reference. Okay, never mind. Anyway, so that'll do it for. I'll do it for that. But bases, I'm gonna go plain Jane. Just gonna probably just drop brown onto them. Probably do black boots, metal. Actually, I know what I can do. Where's my speed paint? Now, aside from the blood red, I generally haven't got much experience with speed paints. I've heard good things, but I've never really used them, so first time for everything. But if I isolate what I'm doing with them on like the belt area, just as an example. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it does work pretty well. I can see why people like them, because that is pretty easy. I mean, definitely live up to the name. Okay. I do wonder how quickly I could have got this done if I'd just done the whole trousers brown. I'm doing this now. Now, to be fair, Warden, the only reason I do the bases is just to, I think a number of the models just look too similar. And I say that because one of my early sets was Tau, and when you got all the battle suits and stuff lined up and they all look the same, I just got bored of looking at them. So I just had to have a bit of a break from looking at that, looking at those bases, and I was just like, well, that was the only real thing I could do to like quickly differentiate them. Gara's releasing a new mini compressor. It comes with an airbrush. Oh God, no! Don't do it. If you're gonna do it, try and make a commitment to like sell one of the other airbrushes, because you don't need 10. I mean, actually, you've said that one of them's broken, so are you still counting the broken one? Yeah, it's not. This isn't a bad. This isn't a bad speed paint, to be fair. As I said, I don't routinely use speed paints. Oh yeah. Benefits. Sunlight. let's not go too far the other way, because we need to convince him to do it. And again, don't want to unduly pressure someone into doing something. Right. Apologies for 2 seconds whilst I try and get this into... Take it out of focus, because I need to see what I'm doing. Yeah, not bad going. So it's just going to be a case of picking these bits and pieces out. To be fair, aside from getting the bases done, it's really just the weapons and then the backpacks. The majority of these are going to be silver, so yeah, not bad. It's not too bad. I might just throw... So I've covered over the back of these leg straps with... Covered over it. If they sell a good paint shaker, I will certainly have a look, because my Turbo Dork did not want to mix hell nor water. Consequently, that's why I've elected not to use it. Not because I didn't like the colour, but I just could not get the paint to mix properly. So yeah, I just gave up. I gave up using it, so I've got a paint now that I can't use. Yeah, I think it just needed that. Just a bit of something there, just to differentiate from the trouser. It has a speed that holds your paint down for you, that'll be good. Anything that can take the pressure off of having to hold that bottle whilst it's shaking will save you in the long run. Because you don't know what all that vibration's doing to your nerves. So it can't be a bad thing. Right, so pick out those little bits. Just breaks up the visual. Brown leather's quite a nice contrast, actually. I spoke to Warden this morning, and I was undecided whether I was going to go matching or I was going to go against. Yeah, you got to keep going. Got to keep moving sometimes. Got to keep going. But yeah, where is it? But yeah, I didn't want to have the same kind of bluey tinge. Because when I initially looked at these, I was like, oh, do I try and do it with deep sea blue and try and do like the denim look? Which I think was okay. But it's then mixing and remixing and trying to match the paint was a bit of a faff in the end. So I don't really want to have to do that again. I mean, it was different, but yeah, I think if I do grey, at least if they get, if they were to get put out alongside each other and the two squads happen to be next to each other, I'd probably be able to easily tell which was which. Yeah, no, that's true. True, well done. Yeah, got to think of longevity. That's it. But for me, having these bits on the side, because what I want to try and do is do a couple of models and then intersperse it with the Demon Prince, because I can't keep just ploughing on with this one. I'm doing bits and pieces in the background just to get it churned out. It's just taking a while to get it done, so doing all the little gold ringlets in the wings has now been done. Started blocking in the silver NMM on like the chains. If I can just do the wings, so I get the skulls finished, and then I can just call the wings done. And then this base is going to be a different monster. So yeah, no, make your own colour schemes up. Yeah, exactly. Hey up, Threads. Welcome. What colour was this from? There it is. Of course, because you got the new World Eater Combat Patrol. So yeah, it'll have this chap in it. But no, to be fair, I think if you do it in sub-assemblies, the way that you normally do Tyranids, I think you'll be absolutely fine. It's just piecing it together in a way that obviously you don't scuff the paint up, but equally you enjoy doing it. I mean, I probably wouldn't, if I'd thought about it, probably doing the NMM may not have been the best idea, because that is the thing that's taken the longest to do. Would I have done such a pale skin? Probably not. But I wanted to have a very cold palette for the skin, but a very warm palette for the armour. So yeah, it's definitely took a lot longer than I anticipated it was going to take, but it's one of them. I'm going to waste time on the shoulders, getting magnetised it. Oh, cheers, one. To be fair, it was Table that actually, I can't remember what he did, but he was using Gauss Blaster Green. And I've seen the colour before because Emperor's Children use it for like the tassels. And I thought, oh, if I get an equivalent, because I didn't really want the Citadel one, but Vallejo do their equivalent that's called Ghost Green. And yeah, it's basically a like for like. But yeah, you know, pros and cons, because it doesn't cover the best. And yeah, I've definitely got to go some way to finish these bits off. Yeah, I think if I was to do this again, because what I'm anticipating is in 11th edition, GW are going to unleash a second version of the Combat Patrol for Emperor's Children, and I think they're going to take out either the Noise Marines or they'll take out the Flawless Blades, and they're going to revert to type, and they'll put a Demon Prince in it. And if they do, I will get that Combat Patrol, because I want to do a second Wing Demon Prince, and I've got a specific scheme in mind. Automatic airbrush cleaner. Noel, you're going to have to... I'm conscious of time, Noel. You're going to have to elaborate off stream and tell me your cry if the Noise Marines go anywhere. Well, I mean, they're not going to take them away, but I think they've got to find a balance, because obviously you can only run 18, and if, like me, you've ended up with both of the starter sets, you've got 18, so the benefit of having any more in any kind of discount box is a bit redundant. Yeah, I am really, really hopeful that they will change it, and then we'll see where we go from there. But I'm thinking almost like a black red, like mahogany, like burgundy type skin colour, and really like bright armour, I think will be my idea. But yeah, to be fair, it was the original Dawn of War for me that kicked everything off. So ever since, been addicted to Emperor's Children. So Aobel, thank you ever so much for jumping in. Yeah, hopefully we'll get table back this week, and yeah, I will catch up with you later on. If not in the morning, because we all know Warden and Nold are a plate. So other than that, guys, stay safe and have a good one. Right, actually I just need to work out how to... And oh, here we go. Right, that's it. Catch you guys. See ya.